Hey everybody, I'm back. I thought before I do my resins that I best actually get their camera rolling, because otherwise, once I put my gloves on, I'm working with resin, I won't be able to, go near any of the devices until my hands and that are clean. So I thought I'd roll through with it and show you what I've decided, what colours I'm going to use, all that sort of thing. So I hope everybody can see. Now, of course, I'm going to use that. I actually took that crystal out, this crystal. The only reason is because I thought about it. I thought, I've never worked with this mould before, and the hole is so tiny. I'll try and show you again. The hole is so tiny. So I thought for the first time around, I'd just use the alcohol ink and a bit of glitter, but I'm using a silicone 100ml cup with the little pourer there, which I think will fit nicely and there won't be a problem with the resin going in. So hopefully my camera won't fall out of the stand, which has been happening. So I'll get to work. Make sure with your equipment you've got your little paddle pop sticks. Of course, I always mark mine with A and B, so when you throw them around you know which one's which. And of course your little stirrers and sticks, and of course you got your cleaners, always have them on here. Give you a little tip, see your fabric softener. I actually find that if you have got an old tea towel or something, or a piece of cloth, old towel floating around, use it, soak it in a bit of conditioner with water in an old bottle, and leave it on your art table, and you soak the towel up in it, and it will get resin off your equipment, off your hands, off everything. So that's a useful little thing. Doesn't have to be comfort. It just has to be any type of fabric conditioner, but make sure you water it down. So that's a handy little tip. I use that. So, and that was just something I've come across, guys, because I didn't know I ran out of wipes. But anyway, so use alcohol wipes. I normally have a little bin. It's been taken at the moment, so I'm just going to use what I use as I use it, throw it over there and end up chucking it out. That's the equipment as far as epoxy resin goes. It's a premium epoxy. It's Australian, Aussie made, and I always work with 3 litres. I don't work with anything less because it's not worth my while. 3 litres and up, yeah, it's a good thing. Then we're talking about creation, You order 200ml, 250ml, 500. By the time you do that and mix your B, you got nothing left. So, yeah, so that's what I use. Pretty good brand. That's Australian made, and I recommend that. The only thing is, because this is a 2-to-1 ratio, as I said, I was working with 3-to-1 ratio, no air bubbles, not a problem. This is finicky. When the first pour, you'll find air bubbles and you'll think, oh, you've mixed it correctly. Don't worry, it will correct itself. Don't go overdoing it with the heat gun. Whatever you do, let the bubbles form once it's in the mould and they will settle down. Okay, if not, then hit it shortly, just a tinge or two with your heat gun, not a torch, for God's sake. So yeah, remember that. But yeah, and the second pour for your second craft is not a problem. Doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be any bubbles. But anyway, room temperature, because the weather here is now La Nina, so it's quite warm. So I don't think you really need heaters on, but if you do, put one on. But anyway, so yeah, and keep out of children's way. But I get that on eBay. I recommend that, and it's food safe. It's everything, non-toxic, all that sort of thing. So yeah, and that's A, and of course B, and that's smaller. See what I mean? So but anyway, so premium epoxy, that's what I recommend. You can find that on eBay, and that's pretty good. Both that cost me $115 free post, but also I've been getting it for about $99 on eBay if you're an eBay member. So there you go. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying is now it's time to mix my resin. So remember, you've got your scales here. I work on grams. Got my first cup. Okay, 0 grams. Now, as I said, I only want to, excuse me everybody, I only want to do 10 grams of A and 5 grams of B, okay? So I start with the A first, 10 grams of A. You don't need to shake your epoxy up. 10 grams of A, okay? So, here we go. And I will just concentrate on this for a minute. Oh, 11 grams. So when you think, oh, okay, that might not be enough. So for that little crystal ball, I thought, okay, so I'm going to go 20 grams. Oops. No, might even need 30 grams. I've got little moulds all around the place, so I just use my leftover resin to make little things. What's that? 20 grams? Oh, 22. Okay. I think maybe I might push it to 30 grams. 30 grams of A, everybody, for this little thing. Be careful now. Perfect. Don't be too heavy-handed on your resins. So A, 30 grams of A, everybody. Okay. And let it... Oh, my bloody scale gives out. But anyway, it said 30 grams. Make sure your scales don't give out, everybody. 30 grams of A. Put your stick so you know that you've used it. Now I'm going to do 30 grams of A I've already done, so 15 grams of B. 15 grams of B, everybody. Oh, wow. I do firmly believe in tightening the cap, don't I? So, okay. Come on, be nice. So 30 grams of B. 15 grams, sorry, 15 grams of B. $15 grams of B. That's 15 grams of B, everybody. So 30 grams of A, 15 grams of B. Take that over the side. Okay. Now do the mixing. I'll pop them there. Put your little stirrer. Now I put the hardener into the I put B into A. Very, very gently though. Try and pour it on the side if you can, because I found that it doesn't make as many bubbles. I'm just stirring it. Take your time, but do work, you know, at a good rate. And I just get it, everything I can, as much as of the B I can get out of there. Hope everybody can see what I'm doing. I think you guys can. Okay, the very last drip. Yes. Okay, now there's no bubbles in there at the moment, but work clockwise when you're mixing. Bring it in from the sides and bring it in the middle, in the sides, bring it in the middle. Work it from the sides into the middle. So remember that. This stirring stick I've got is brilliant. I've had it since the word go, and even though it's got resin all over it, it just works so well and it's so comfortable when I stir my resins. I tried mixing with paddle pop sticks and other things, but it doesn't go. So work it in from the sides, in the middle, give it a squish around the bottom, just a bit, not too squishy, because you'll create air bubbles, remember. But at the moment, there's not a lot of air bubbles in here, so that's a good thing, guys. Because I want this to go in, because remember, when I'm pouring this resin into the mould, it's going to be clear. Then I'm going to do the infusion or diffusion of the alcohol ink. At the moment, that's looking really, really good. No air bubbles. Getting better as I go. And I think as you do, working with your resins, as I said, it's just one big experiment. You get better as you go. Really good as you go. Hope you're liking my music, everybody. It's so relaxing in the background. You get sick and tired of TV and everything around you, and when you escape, you can hear the music on the radio and whatever else, and it's never really what you want to hear. So I like putting this on and relaxing, chilling out, doing my art. Beautiful. Now, you might think I'm over stirring it. No, give it a good stir. Don't underestimate your stirring, for goodness sake. And when you think that you've had enough, just give it a one more, good stir around the sides. Bringing it in, scraping it from the sides in. And the indication that it's ready is that if it's not milky or got a trail in it, then it's pretty much mixed. And as I said, it's all in the stirring sticks too. And how you pour your resins in. Slow, when you do it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Really good, actually. The gods must know I'm about to do a crystal ball, so I want it to be clear. Can it see the future? Tell me, please. Now look at that. Can you see that? I don't want it bloody. Oh, you can't, but it's clear. It's beautiful. You can see that, everybody. Anyway, so about to pour that in my little cup. Now this setting times, funny, because as I said, with the 3-to-1 ratio, it gave me quite a lot of working time with my resins. But for this 2-to-1, not so much. Not so much. Now, when you're pouring it in, please, just on the side, create a few bubbles. But hey, that's alright, that's cool. Just get what you can out of there. Don't want to waste your resins. Now, I haven't created a lot of bubbles, but if you're really worried, just give it another squish or two in there, but I'm not about to, because I haven't created a lot of air bubbles in there, so I'm fine. But do yourself a favour, because I want glitter in this, I'm going to put the glitter in now. Okay, now As I said, I'm just using a beautiful gold. There's all sorts of shades of gold, but remember, make sure you've got an apron so you can wipe your equipment all over yourself. Your apron's even artwork, everybody. Now I'm going to give it a good go of glitter. Yeah, but not too much because I'm working with alcohol ink and I don't know how it's going to react with the the glitter, how it's going to react with the alcohol ink. So give that a good squish around. So the glitter's always mixed in. Give it a good squish because glitter you have to work in from the sides too. It seems to cling. And you've got to disperse your glitters properly through your resins. Otherwise it just sinks or goes on the sides. Now that's looking beautiful. Okay everybody, the time has come. I really hope this is going to work. So far so good everybody. Can you see that? I really hope. I bet I'll do this YouTube, go to upload it and think it bloody will work. You can see my face, I do apologise, but it's just the name of the game. I've got to concentrate on this. And so far, so good. Wow. Okay, still more. You know everybody, it's really deceiving because, excuse me, I'm going to have to get 2 cups. My cat's gone haywire thinking, what's happening? Who would have thought that 30 grams of A, and that was enough, so I'm going to have to do 10 grams of, 10 grams of A. Yeah, 10 grams of A. Okay, remember your sticks. Thank gosh, I've marked them 10 grams of A. That's not a lot, you see. Just enough to do it, I think. Ooh. Give me a 10. Ooh. Give me 11. Luscious Legs 11. Yeah, that's a name for a good name for a racehorse, isn't it? Luscious Legs 11 coming around the bend. Yeah. Come on, I'm way off. I'm 7 grams. Come on, be nice to me, resin. Give me 10. Yay, 10. Okay, 10 grams of A and 5 grams of B. Howdy do. That's dirty. Gee, you should put your cups that you use over there. Okay, now, back to 0. Come on. Now I did 10 grams of A and I want 5 grams of B. 5 grams of B. Perfect. 5 grams of B. Make sure you seal up when you use them and straight after using. Okay. Now, because this is only such a small amount, everybody, I'm going to just hurry up and mix this up. Oh, I made some air bubbles. No good. Oh no, not that bad. Not that tragic. Not that tragic, everybody. Anyway, getting back to what we were doing. So remember, their little crystal balls took 30 grams first of A and 15 grams of B. Then I had to mix another 10 grams of A to another 5 grams of B. Dirty D. So that would have been 45 grams. It would have been. So I don't know what that is actually. With B, you'd have to calculate it. But anyway. Yeah, that's mixing well. I just don't want it to look like it's separated, you know. That I want that full crystal ball effect. Bring it in off the sides. Yeah. Off the sides and clockwise. Only a little bit, so. I must admit though, as I work with this resin, it's getting better and easier, because at first it was a bit haywire. It was a bit, oh, I don't like this resin, I like my 3-to-1. But then when I found it hard to get the 3-to-1, I thought, oh, I'm forced to work with the 2-to-1 to get used to it. So I've gotten used to it, so I'm getting better, and that's crystal clear. Remember, working in from the sides, in, give it a squeezer around the sides, perfect. Okay, yeah. Few air bubbles, but we're going to diffuse it with the colours, so, okay. Now I'll put a little bit more of that in there so we don't unbalance it. Not too much. Ooh, don't you spill glitter. Ooh, don't you spill either. I'm trying to haze it and pace it so it all sets all in one instead of seeing that line. But anyway, making sure you mix your glitters, as I said, it sticks, it cleans glitter. See everybody? Can you see that? Pretty, isn't it? I'd use the same cup. Oh. Always have something that you can throw your equipment on, like your stirring sticks and that, when you're in a hurry. So it makes it easier for you to clean up. Nah, I'm not going to worry about that little bit, because I only need that little bit again. There. Right, now fill it up. Now I'm not quite sure to the capacity, because apparently when you stand it up from this end, it's got that little air bubble, so it creates a little stand itself, I think. Well, alright. I'm going to leave that little bit because I'm going to diffuse the colours now. So what I've picked was pink, blue, a lemon green, peach, and your whites, which you've got to have. So I'm going to throw my peach in first. Give it a good shake. Now the only thing is I found with these is when I open them, I thought it said when I brought them it had a little clip to go with it so you could open it, but it didn't. So do be careful because they do smell and they do go everywhere. So remember, I'm just going to put, oh gosh, oh. Wow, it's an experiment. Okay, the crazy professor. Everybody, the crazy professor. Make sure you give them a good shake. I should put the tops on because they're alcohol and they do stink. But I'm gonna do it again. So, anyway. Wow, that's so thick. That's really thick. Wow. Okay. Now, a blue. Okay. Light blue. Sky blue. Light blue, sky blue. How about you? Anyway. Ah, this is a pretty colour. Now, to do it. There we are. Should look pretty, we hope. White. As I said, I've never worked with alcohol ink, so this is an experiment, guys. Oh, wow, I seem to be wasting a lot. Doesn't matter. Of course, they call me Mrs. Moneybags. But anyway, as I said, it's all an experiment, you know. Got to experiment. And this is peach. But I think something was actually wrong with the tops myself, personally. Yeah. I'm just going to leave the tops off for the moment. And white. Oh, well, that dripped in itself. Now a bit of light green or apple green. Wow. I think something's definitely wrong with the tops, which I will be complaining about. They're from China, everybody. Oh. Australian products you can kind of keep on, but when they do come from overseas, it's a bit, you know, like, I know, it's a bit of a piss off when something happens because it's not so easy to contact the owner and get it all going again and whatever else. So I'm going to leave it like that because, as I said, I think I put enough in. So I'm just going to, okay. Did I overdo it? I might have overdone it. Oh yeah, overdoing it. I don't think the alcohol thing's moved in. Wow. Well, this is an experiment, isn't it? So there you go. So far, it does look like a bit of a mess. But all I can do basically is wait for it to dry and see if it diffuses. That's all I can do basically. I think it will diffuse, but it needs that time. So unless I've done something wrong or they're bodgy, I know, as I said, if it is, we'll certainly find out. But anyway, my creation for today is finished there. So, put your tops on. Don't throw them around like I just did. Not a good thing to do. Anyway, that's green. Think of the colours. But with this alcohol ink, it does smell. So do be careful. Don't want it getting everywhere. So there you go. Now, moving along to the next one. Gee, look, it stains everybody. Wow. Now, because this is such a small little crystal ball, I'm going to leave it where it is. And the other little evil eye hand that I'm doing now is small, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. That does look rather strange actually. So, unless I've done it wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah. Certainly see. Wow. And they're really good for that, you know. Just clean that up best you can. And as I said, if you're working with your resins and you're doing that, just leave them there. And don't use them again. Okay, wash them with cold water and then the next day use them. I've got 2 of these. Okay, so I'll have to find my other one, which is up here with my pyramids. Oh yeah, pyramids are another mould that, oops, shit, you can do. So there you go. But anyway, it's over there now. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you here. After I do this, take my gloves off and leave you for a minute or 2 while I clean up, and then I'll be back with the next one I'm doing, and see how that is. Be very interesting this, I think. Yeah. Hope it works out. I'll be rather disappointed if I find that I've done something, but I've watched all the chews and it's fine. The only thing that pissed me off, and I can say that word, piss off, was these alcohol inks. Because I've seen my other friends' alcohol inks and they're not exactly like this. They're, the caps are different for a start. They're a safety cap, and you can cut it, and it doesn't leak out like these. They just ooze out everybody. But not a good thing. But be very, very careful around your molds. As I said, with this resin though, it dries really, really quickly. So if that alcohol ink has diffused, like I gave it a bit of a squish with a skewer, but on the top there of this, and I can't bring the camera any closer or the camera will fall out, it seems a bit watery and it hasn't really changed colour. It's just sat there on the bottom. So, and it smells like alcohol, if you must know, so I'll be really careful with that. So don't really want that. Be annoying. But anyway, we'll find out, won't we, you know? And before I take my gloves off, see this, what I'm going to do is, let me see. I've got a mould floating around here with a, oh golly molly. I've got so many things floating around here, it's not funny. But I did have, I've got another mould here. That's that. So I'm just going to actually fill this little bit because I can't bring myself to chuck it out. You know? So before I go on, I'll just use this little, let that go. Yay! Make a little planet. Oh, perfect. Oh! Went, oh! Went over. Doesn't matter. Let it drip over. The 3-to-1 I was working with was also self-levelling, where this is not self-levelling. So you get little things like this, where you just see with your little bit and you think, oh, I haven't filled it, but you really have. But anyway, let that sit there. That'll come out. That's neither here or there. Yeah, I'll be back. You guys, I keep saying that. I can't turn my camera off at the moment while I'm doing this. So I might as well jabber on. Jabber on, jabber on. But yeah, you can wipe out your equipment with your baby wipes. And give them a good wash in cold water. And get rid of your equipment that you've used so it doesn't smell. It's not dangerous to have around. I'll be back in a minute. To really say see you later until I get back to my next craft, which will be in an hour or so when this sets and I can move that. So yeah, until then, just relax, put on some beautiful music, chill out, think about life and think about what you can create. Okay, speak to you soon.